Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners. Today we're going to tie a GSS Sparrow. I'm starting off with a 2 extra long size 12 wet fly hook, wet fly nymph hook. I'm going to use 70 denier black thread. We're going to put a base of thread down. I'm going to just start it at the top here a little bit. Maybe bring it about 1/3 of the way. I'm going to start out, I'm going to put a rib in there. And this is a nice green wire. This is 26 gauge from the jewelry section of your store. You get 12 different colors. We're going to tie that in there. We're going to secure that back to the barb of the hook. We're going to leave that rib on the side for right at the moment. And this Sparrow, you fish this like you would a wet fly. Just cast it across, let it swift through the current. Or you can fish it like a streamer and cast it more down and across and kind of give it a little jerks as you're fishing it. Our tail, I have a pheasant rump feather, and I'm going to take some of these. I'm not going to use it all. I want that tail to be about the length of the hook shank. Go ahead and tie that in. Give that a wrap under the tail. And I'm going to bring that thread back up. It looks like I got to cut a little bit of that off. This fly would actually imitate a larger mayfly emerging. Now I'm going to take some olive GSS material. And you just pull it out of the bag. It's very long. Just pull it out of the bag and break it off. And we're going to dub that on. It's kind of, you can see that it's not easy to get started. You just do it like you would any dubbing. If a lot of it falls for you, just go ahead and pick that up and use that. I don't want this real thin because I want to actually kind of tease it out once I get the rib tied in. So I want a nice noodle there. And go back till I hit the tail. And we're going to go ahead and wrap that forward. We're going to come up 2/3 of the way on that. I'm going to take that rib and we're going to wrap that rib. Palmer that rib up through there. And we're going to tie that off. Now we can take this and helicopter that off. Easily removed it. And now, like I said, I want to take my dubbing teaser there and kind of just tease some of that stuff out. Tease that out a little bit. Now I'm going to take another pheasant rump, and this is going to be the Hackle. And you can see there's the aftershaft feather. They're usually attached to the feathers, and we're going to use this at the head. So I'm going to pull that out and put that on the side. And this, I'm going to remove most of this fluff. I'm going to tie this in by the tip. I'm going to grab those very ends, that very tip there. You can see they move towards the rear very, very easily. I'm going to tie this in with the concave side to the shank. Put a couple of wraps in front of that. You can tie that down just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and remove that excess. I got a nice long stem here to wrap it with. You can pull them to the back as you're going. Got to move that thread back. We're going to tie that down. I'm going to grab everything, pull it back, hold that in place, and go ahead and secure that. You can break that off. Tidy up that head. Now we're going to take that aftershaft, and I cleaned a little bit off the bottom there. We're going to tie that in by that bottom. Same thing, keep that concave side to the shank. I'm going to fold that tip over, tie that down, and I'll go ahead and remove that, the rest of that. And now we only need a couple of wraps here. Put our hackle pliers on there. Oop, they break very easily. Those hackle pliers on there again, still have plenty. Stroke it all towards the rear as you go. Just get those couple of wraps. I'm going to tie that in. I'm going to take that excess and break that off. Now I'm going to pull everything to the rear. And tie off the head. And you can come back on those on that aftershaft just a little bit. Get them into control there. Take our whip finish. Put some head cement on there. When you got the head cement, you got to be careful of that aftershaft. It will suck that stuff right up. We have a GSS Sparrow. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, I thank you very much for watching my videos.